Hello all, we are here for one more lesson of this VariCAD 2016 training course, and the topic for this lesson is Boolean operations. Basically, these operations are operations that we can perform when solids have some volume in common, or at least one common surface. We have three basic operations: the addition, the subtraction, and the intersection. Let us start by showing these three basic operations. So I will create two very basic solids, two cubes, another one, change color, and it's enough. So the first operation, the addition, and I have it here. I have it under Objects menu, Boolean Operations. I have it here also. So the add, it is one solid added to the other, and I have the final result, one single solid. The second operation, it is the cut, and basically the cut, I give one solid to cut another one, okay, and I get this kind of result. And finally, the third one is the intersection, which will keep the common part of two solids. So these are the basic operations. Besides the basic operations, we have selective cuts and selective adds. Let me try to make one very simple solid to show you. Make a profile, a U profile. For example, this one. Okay, a very simple profile. I will add one solid, a cylinder, for example, and position it somewhere around here. Okay, it's positioned, and basically the same for the selective cut or selective add. If I do the selective add, for example, I want to add just a portion of this solid, so I will click on the section that I want to keep in the end, add it to this one, and I have a selective add. So this is the same for the selective cut. Besides this kind of basic operations, we have a couple of functions that are additional to these ones, and all of them are functions to remove volume. And the first one is this operation called the hole. In the hole, you select one solid, you will give the parameters to define a hole. For example, can be 30, doesn't matter exactly where, and basically a hole will make you something like this, okay? For example, I have another operation also called the mill, and the mill, or cut by a box, you define also one solid. You can define something like this, for example, like this, and basically in the end we'll make a cut out of the solid. So what you are doing now, it is to position the solid so that in the end you will make I'm positioning with not too much care, okay, but in the end it will make you something like this, okay. The last command of this type is called the groove, and the groove, it will make you a thing like this, for example, and it will insert a shape like this one, and in the end again will remove you some volume out of the initial solid. Okay, so these are the basic operations. You have some additional ones, and these common Boolean operations that you have also available inside VariCAD. Besides these basic operations, it is important to know also something called Boolean Tree. Okay, and basically the Boolean Tree allows you to reorder or to edit some features of the Boolean operations. I would say that the most or the best possible capability that we have inside this Boolean tree editing is the possibility to change the order of events to have a final different result. Let me try to show you a very quick example of what I'm trying to explain. I will make 3 solids, and I will make first one, okay, 100 millimeters all sides. I will make a second one a little smaller, that I will insert, okay, exactly inside this one, and I will also make 1/3 solid smaller that I will put in this corner here. Okay, so now when I go to this feature Boolean tree editing, I don't have any solid still with Boolean operations, so I cannot edit anything, and I don't have a Boolean tree. But I will make something like this. I will make a cut out this solid for the inner one. Okay, you see now I have inside a solid like this, and again I will make a new one, this from this. Okay, now I have a solid like the one you are seeing, and I have Boolean operations. So if I go now to the Boolean tree, okay, I can edit the Boolean tree, and I have this order of events in the Boolean tree. Okay, and these events show me the solids I have. Okay, I have a tree, one basic solid which was the first one, then the second one, and the third out of the second because it was from a cut. But imagine that if I change the levels and the order of these events, I will get a different shape. So for example, this smaller solid, I can choose it and say finish selection, and I can click on the first solid to say move this smaller one or this event right after this. Okay, sorry, I made a mistake. So Boolean tree, let's try again, sorry. So this one, finish, and I'm making a mistake, move after this, and now select it, and it moved the 50 millimeter per side solid right after the 100 millimeters, and you see the final result of the solid is completely different from what we had, basically because the events remain the same, but the order which they had, it was different. So, and even on the levels you see that this smaller one, it was on a branch of this 90% solid. Now it is at the same level, and this is completely different. So this is a very easy and very not complex example, but the idea is to show you that a different order of events can lead you to a completely different shape in the end. So please think a little about what is possible to get with this function, okay, in more complex solid, and also with the functions we will see on the lessons that remain till the end of this training course.